Paul Graham from Optimal Body Personal Training. Today I'm going to talk about one of the biggest weight loss myths out there. Don't eat after 6 p.m. This comes up in a lot of different forms. Sometimes it's don't eat after 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. There's all these magic times that you're not supposed to eat after if you're trying to lose weight. This simply isn't true. The whole idea behind this is that you're moving around less at night, so you're going to burn out less energy, so you don't want to consume it. On the surface, this seems to make sense, but it really doesn't hold up very much logic, and it's not how the human body works. At the end of the day, the thing that is going to determine how quickly you lose weight is how much of an energy deficit you're into. Are you burning out more energy than you're consuming? It doesn't matter when you're consuming that energy throughout the day. The example I always use when explaining this to clients, imagine if you were going to spend $1,000 throughout the day. Would it matter if you go to Walmart at 9 a.m. or you're spending it on Amazon at midnight? No, at the end of the day, what matters is how much you spend on your credit card and if you pay off everything you owe on that credit card. The exact same thing applies with your body. It doesn't matter when you're storing the energy or when you're burning it out. What matters is how much are you burning out, how much are you consuming. In reality, trying not to eat after 6 or 7 or 8 p.m. for a lot of people actually slows down their progress. Why? Because many of them want to eat later at night. So they're sitting down, relaxing in front of the TV, watching some Netflix, and they'd really like to have some food while they're doing that. But they're trying to force themselves not to eat after 6 or 7 p.m., so they use willpower to try to push through not eating. Starts to create a lot of stress for them, and it makes that change really hard to follow through on consistently. So then all of a sudden they start eating everything in sight eventually after they've gone through a few days or weeks of avoiding eating late at night. Then they feel like they don't have enough willpower, they don't have enough motivation, when in reality, it isn't that. It's the strategy they're trying to use to lose weight. My suggestion, if you like eating late at night, don't try to avoid that. Instead, build that into your plan. Make sure you're actually hungry when you're eating late at night. The most important thing when it comes to when you're eating is making sure you're actually really good and hungry to help learn how to get into a calorie deficit. The most important thing with when you're eating is to make sure you're really hungry every single time you're eating to make sure you're actually getting into a calorie deficit. There are certain reasons, like if you're using a strategy like intermittent fasting where you might not want to eat after a certain period of time. However, for the vast majority of people, you don't need to stress about this. You need to look at the bigger picture and making sure you're getting into that calorie deficit so you can lose weight. What you have to do is figure out an eating rhythm that works well for you and your lifestyle and make sure you're not feeling deprived.